G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the round 19 matchups as well as a few captain options I've got on my mind. But of course, as always, we'll have a quick look back at the last week's best performers. And of course, it was Mr. Lachie Neale from Brisbane Lions who wrapped up last week on a very, very high note. He finished on 153 in a dominant display against, the bunny team, the Bombers. So Neale getting it done on the weekend, golding up, and then it was Tristan Cherry having a great day out against the Pies. I don't even think he was in the CBAs too much, but he did end up on 146. So absolute dominant display from Cherry. Josh Dacos in the same game, down back in the middle, getting it done. Plenty of marks, plenty of the ball. 144 for Jacos. Will Ashcroft having a great few weeks. I think he's been averaging 130 plus and another 140 for him against an easy matchup. But getting it done again. Washcroft, 142. Callum Wilkie winding it back again. Has been a little bit off last couple of weeks, but then last week, 140. Plenty of marks. I think he got 100. I think he got like 10 marks down back again last week. And dominant display against Port Adelaide, who got a bit roughed up. Isaac Rankin, huge day out from him against Gold Coast at home, 138 for Rankin. Adam Chera, one of the shining lights against the Hawks on the weekend, and that bitter loss, but he got 135 in the end. Plenty for the chair. Brad Hill, he's been an unexpected, very awesome player this year. His best season so far, and he's a 34-year-old and having a great breakout fantasy year. I think he's averaging in the 90s now after last week. 134 for Hill. Kieran Briggs in a good matchup against Geelong Rucks had a great week. 134 for him. And Rowan Marshall, plenty of rucks in the top this week. He has been solo rucking again and against Port. Had a big day out. 134 for Roma. He's been big. Sean Manor had a big day out in a tough game against GWS. I think he kicked 4, but he was everywhere and he got 130. Jake Bowie against a good matchup in Richmond got 129, and Lloyd Meek in a big matchup. No Ned Reeves, no Mark Pitnet, and he was against Flynn Riley and dominated. And Lloyd Meek 129, very happy with that. Sam Berry got 10 plus tackles on the weekend, and when he tackles, he usually tons up, and he got 126. Harry Sheasel keeps doing it every week. An under 120 plus score for the Shees. 124. Darcy Cameron against, Tristan Cherry. So it was a tough matchup, but he still managed to go big. 121 for DCAM. Jai Simpkin won back the clock a little bit as well. Got on the wing, got forward a bit. Was getting a few CBAs again. So 121 for Jai Simpkin. And of course, Bailey Smith getting busy again, as he always does. Just creeping into the best of the lot last week. And 121 for Bailey Smith. He should be getting busy again tonight, you'd imagine, back at GMHBA. Round 18, some of my favourite players, though. Some of the guys we might not have thought were going to pop off, but then they do. And it's always good to see. And Jacob Van Rooyen was one of my favourites last couple of weeks, actually. He's been doing well. He got 117 against a good matchup in Richmond. Mateus Philippou came back with a bang. He has been a bit off this year. In the VFL a little bit, and had some stinking games earlier, but has now come back at 117 for the Poo. Connor McDonald, very nice display on the weekend, was getting in the CBAs, was getting open for marks, and I think he kicked a goal maybe as well, so 114 for CMAC. Rory Lobb with no Tim English was awesome, and a good matchup against West Coast as well, so people probably might have seen that one coming with no Tim English. Rory Lobb stepped into the ruck and had a big day out, 113. Mason Wood, he's been all right the last couple of weeks. I think that's 2 tons in a row for Wood. And against Port Adelaide, Port is going to be an easy matchup in the the next few weeks. And he made the most of it with St Kilda. Mason Wood, 111. Joel Fitzgerald, another mid-season draftee who managed to, really kick on into gear against the Richmond Tigers. 106 for Fitzgerald. Hugo Garcia has been awesome this year. Loving Hugo the last few weeks. Think he's averaging well over 110 and still managed to ton up on the weekend. Not his biggest, but still 105 for Hugo. Josh Tracy and Charlie Curnow in the same game. Couple of full forwards turning up here. It was nice to see. And yeah, big game that one. And a couple just sneaking in for the ton there. Tracy and Curnow. Josh Ward, one of his best games of the season, I think. Maybe not the biggest stats-wise, but did kick a goal or two. And good to see him doing that, actually. Adding that to his repertoire. And yeah, hopefully he's going to keep it going for indefinitely. I think he's just in some form now, just getting amongst it every week. It's good to see. Harry Himmelberg, rare one because I think Whitfield was away and yeah, at home against the Cats, so was getting plenty of it down back. Himmelberg, 100. And Ollie Dempsey as well, tonned up, had a big first half and managed to creep up to the ton, which was nice to see. And finally, the Suv, Mr. Nick Larkey, managed to have a pretty decent day out in a tough loss against the Pies as well. So some good full forwards on the weekend, and interesting when the matchups favour them. Yeah, a couple of full forwards on the best of the best. And here we go with the round 19 matchups, guys. And it starts off tonight with Geelong versus St Kilda down at GMHBA. And yeah, good cracking game to start off, I reckon. Yeah, some big names in that one. Bailey Smith, Max Holmes. Yeah, Rowan Marshall's been amazing. St Kilda in general have been awesome fantasy-wise. And yeah, some good footy from St Kilda, to be honest. So yeah, Romar's been good. Naz, obviously, Naziah Wanganeen's been awesome. Max Hall, Hugo Garcia, as we were mentioning, even Mason Wood has come good. So there's big names in that one. And yeah, no Jeremy Cameron for the Cats. So that's going to be maybe a tough one for them. But down back, at least they got Tommy Stewart back. And a few other guys have been stepping up for the Cats as well. Sean Manor has been good. Ollie Dempsey, as we just mentioned, has been good. So maybe, yeah, that'll be a cracking game to start off this week. And a few good VC options on Thursday night. Friday night is another great game. Sydney versus Adelaide. Couple of finals contenders going at it at the SCG. Swans coming off that loss to Fremantle away out in the West. And yeah, back at home, you'd like to think they're going to come out swinging. Yeah, Isaac Heaney, Chad Warner, Errol Goulden's there. Brodie Grundy, I think, might be the best of them, to be honest. And then, yeah, Adelaide, been awesome as well. Obviously, Jordan Dawson, Isaac Rankin. Yeah, even was Rochelle all right the other day. A few defenders, Millerer. See if Worrell's playing after the weird news this week. So hopefully he gets named tonight. So that's another cracking game on Thursday night. And yeah, should be a good way to start the week. Lots of VC options there, guys. And yeah, I'll be there for all these games, Friday and Saturday. So Thursday, Friday in particular. And then all day Saturday as well with these 4 games on Saturday. We get started with Port Adelaide versus Fremantle, and Port Adelaide have been decimated in the midfield. No Butters for a few weeks. No Jason Horne-Francis this week. Obviously, Rosie's not there, so someone's got to step up in the midfield. It might have to be old Ollie Wines, or Willem Drew might have to step up, or maybe some of those young guns, Jack Watkins, Christian Moraes, someone like that might have to get in there as well. So could be an interesting day at Adelaide Oval against Fremantle, who, yeah, obviously in some kind of form this year. Brayshaw, I'm thinking, is going to have a big one. Could be an interesting matchup. Luke Jackson against Sweet. Maybe Sarong will show up. He has been spending a little bit of time at the fish and chip shop this year. But there's a lot of mouths to feed at Fremantle this year. Murphy Reed's been amazing. Even players like Erasmus have stepped up a little bit, so sharing it around a bit, I think, Fremantle. But I think against the Port Adelaide power, they should get it done. And yeah, could be in the back half a bit at Adelaide Oval. Maybe Kane Farrell or Jason Burgoyne going to be the best on ground for the power in that one, because could be a few kick-ins down back. And Freo should be dominating with Tracy and, yeah, Voss, Amos, plenty of forwards, Bolton in the middle. Plenty of names in that one to get us started on Saturday, guys. So maybe some VC options there. North Melbourne versus Melbourne Demons should be a pretty close game, I reckon, actually. The ruck matchup's big. Cherry versus Gawn, or even Trembath, or whoever else North likes to put in the middle. But yeah, Gawn, solo rucking, could be an interesting one. There's some contested bulls in there. LDU versus Jack Steele. We saw Joel Fitzgerald last week for the Demons. Even like Sparrow and a few others getting in the middle there. Harvey Langford went all right. So yeah, there's some good names for the D's, and North have been a bit up and down as well. Obviously, Harry Sheasel's there getting it done every week, 120 pluses regularly. So great VC or C option against the Demons, I reckon, on Saturday afternoon. Yeah, I don't know who's going to win that one. Let me know. That could be one of the close games of the week, I reckon. So let me know who's winning North or the Demons on the weekend. Collingwood versus Carlton, though. That's a huge matchup, obviously. Big rivalry. And we got to talk about Nick Dacos as always. He's the best player this year. Just these days, 120 average still, but he's been a little bit off the last couple of weeks. Not quite hitting those absurd numbers that he usually does, but still getting it done. But against the Blues, after the Blues were rattled last week by the Hawks, yeah, very interesting game, to be honest. A couple of teams looking to hopefully make finals, I guess. And yeah, Carlton's streak has been dashed away now, so we'll see how they go against the Pies on Saturday night. I reckon it could be a big game for Darcy Cameron because there's no Mark Pitnet there, and there's was it Flynn Riley in the ruck, who is good as well, but I reckon after Lloyd Meek did a number on him last week, Darcy Cameron could be doing the same thing this week. So could be a big one for Darcy Cameron. But also we saw Adam Chera, a lot of Blues getting busy last week. I'm thinking maybe Nick Newman could be good this week, taking a lot of kick-ins against the Pies. I think he really likes to play the Pies. And yeah, plenty of midfielders, obviously, for the Blues. Cripps, Walsh, Jagger. Hopefully George Hewitt's going to play. Yeah, big names in that one. And so very, very big one on Saturday night. I'll be watching that one. And then I'll be finishing off the West Coast Eagles versus Brisbane one. Yeah, should be a bit of a one-way traffic in that one, I imagine. Brisbane getting it done last week against Essendon. And yeah, over in West Coast. So maybe West Coast will put up a little bit of a fight. But I don't know. It's tough to see West Coast getting near Brisbane on the weekend. I think Brisbane should run riot. Lachie Neale, obviously, big games. Will Ashcroft's been amazing. Even some of the other guys been picking it up as well. So I think, yeah, Brisbane should be getting it done. Maybe we'll see Willem Dersma or Harley Reid or really like Tom McCarthy this year. He's been all right. So a couple of Eagles could be stepping up at home. But yeah, you got to think it's all going to be Brisbane on the weekend. Got Zorko back, McCluggage. Names keep going on that list. And yeah, they did a number last week on the Bombers. So they could keep that going this week against the Eagles, I think. And yeah, I'll be watching all those ones, guys, from Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You can find me here watching all those games this weekend. So please come and join me. I have the stats on the screen. Should be a bit of fun. Get in the chat and say hey. But I won't be there on Sunday because I'm actually going to go to these games. I'm off to Richmond versus the Hawks on Sunday afternoon. And I'm obviously hoping the Hawks get it done. And yeah, I think they will. But I don't know if there's any big fantasy scores in that one. Maybe for the Hawks, or maybe someone like Toby Nankervis or Taranto for the Tigers. But both teams have been not the most consistent fantasy scorers this year. Yeah, Richmond obviously just growing in the rebuild phase, and the Hawks, they like to share it around a bit, I think, and no one really comes out swinging every week. So you never know who's going to do well for the Hawks. But last week it was Connor McDonald, Josh Ward, Newcomb fell off a cliff, so maybe it's going to be the other way around this week. But yeah, as I said, probably my best bets for Richmond might be Tim Taranto or Toby Nankervis. Down back, if Short's there, don't know if he's even playing, but Sam Grill, someone like that. James Trezise, I don't know. Some weird names there for the Tigers. Kane McAuliffe, always a fan, but yeah, would like to see some Tigers step up, maybe. Would be nice to see. I'll be at that game, so I'll let you know how they go. But yeah, then it's Gold Coast versus the Western Bulldogs. That should be a pretty good matchup. Suns' season is on the line big time, and yeah, they need to pull out something at home to get it back on track, I think. And yeah, Western Bulldogs been pretty good most of the year, have fallen off sometimes, especially yeah away from home. So it could be an interesting one on Sunday afternoon. Hoping we can see Noah Anderson come good at home. He's had some good games at home when he can get going, but yeah, he's against Bontempelli. He's against, Libba, Sanders, Ed Richards in the middle. No Bailey Dale, unfortunately, anymore. He's out for probably the rest of the home and away seasons. That's a bit annoying. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see who's taken most of the kick-ins for the doggies on the weekend. If it does come to that, who's leading the charge down back for the dogs? Yeah, very interesting. Bailey Dale was taking most of them, most of the kick-ins. So maybe it's Lockie Jacks or someone like Ed Richards going back, or someone new getting down back for the dogs. But yeah, interesting one. Gold Coast at home. Hoping can see some guys like Petrarca or Rowell or Took Miller or one of the young guns, Zeke Hewland, or one of the Hewlands pop off, you'd imagine. So yeah, very, very interesting one. Sunday afternoon in the middle there. And then to finish off, bit of a bloodbath, you might imagine. Essendon at home against the Giants. And yeah, just fell off a cliff last week, the Bombers. And who knows how they're going to go this week. I do like Sullivan Roby. Don't know if Zach Merritt is even playing this week or if he's going to show up even if he is there. But yeah, it was a tough week for the Bombers, and Giants could be making the most of it. Clayton Oliver's been awesome. Lockie Whitfield's coming back. Lockie Ash is awesome. Yeah, plenty of names. Even Toby Green maybe up front could be kicking a bag or something. So plenty of Giants could be getting busy in the final game on Sunday. But who knows? Maybe we'll see some Bombers pull their finger out. Yeah, where's Zach Merritt? Where's anyone? Jai Caldwell, Parrish, anyone want to pull their hand up, put their hand up and, yeah, put their heart on the line for the Bombers? Would be nice to see. Just put some effort in, I think, would be good. See any Bomber turn up on the weekend, and I don't know, maybe Archie Roberts or something if he's back on kick-ins. But yeah, that could be a bloodbath to finish off Sunday afternoon. And finally, guys, I got some captain options to finish off here. So some big names tonight in particular: Bailey Smith, Rowan Marshall, and Nazaya Wanganeen Millera to start us off on Thursday night. Bailey Smith obviously has been amazing. Romar's been solo rucking with no Tom de Koning, and he's against the Geelong ruck, which is usually an awesome matchup. So he could be going very big tonight. And obviously Nazaya, what do you say? He's just been on fire since coming back. And yeah, just getting it done most weeks. Could be big in Geelong. Sydney versus Adelaide, though, I think Brodie Grundy is actually due. To be honest, that might be a bit of a dark horse with plenty of other midfielders like Chad Warner and Heaney and Goulden, maybe. Obviously good options. But I think Brodie Grundy is just awesome against Adelaide, and back at home, the SCG. I reckon he's going to get it done tonight, to be honest. So yeah, fingers crossed, Grundy going big. And obviously Jordan Dawson, he's been awesome this year. Awesome Dawson. And even away from home, I think he's going to bring it and, yeah, put up a fight against the Swans on Friday night. Andy Brayshaw might be a bit of a specky one. He's been a bit on this year. A little bit better the last few weeks. But I think against Port Adelaide, with their decimated midfield, no Butters, no Jason Horne-Francis, obviously no Rosie. Yeah, I think even away from home at Port Adelaide, at Adelaide Oval, he's going to be big, or at least someone at Fremantle is going to tick off. I think the midfield is going to run riot. And yeah, could be an interesting one for Fremantle. Port have fallen off a cliff the last few weeks. And yeah, it's just going to get uglier with no Butters and no Horne-Francis, I think. Sheasel against Melbourne. Yeah, what do you say? Sheasel's just been amazing. Could have put Gawn maybe in here as well, but I think Cherry versus Gawn could be like a pretty tight matchup. I don't think they like to verse each other. So I think Sheasel's going to be the main guy to go big in North versus the Demons. Nick Dacos, obviously, he's the best player this year on the stats sheet. And yeah, probably going to get done, you'd imagine, against Carlton. Big rivalry. But maybe, and this is a very dark horse one, I'm thinking Nick Newman is a good shout against Collingwood. I think Nick Newman goes well against Collingwood and just takes charge, loves the rivalry, and yeah, could be going big down back against the Pies. Brisbane versus West Coast, I've obviously got the two big names in there. Lockie Neal and Will Ashcroft should be getting it done any day of the week, any ground on Australian turf. I think Will Ashcroft could get it done, to be honest. And yeah, West Coast, I don't know, maybe they'll put someone to one of them. Maybe they'll get a tagger going, but I think at least one of Neal or Ashcroft is a good option for a captain this week. Bont and Anderson in the same game there. I reckon Anderson at home should be awesome. And I think Bont and Pelly's just due for a big one. Going to take charge at People First Stadium on Sunday afternoon. And then finally here in the bloodbath of the week. I reckon there's going to be 3 GWS Giants to get it done at least. There could be plenty more in this one, but Clayton Oliver is averaging 110 the last few weeks. He's been awesome. Toby Green's been averaging 109 the last few weeks. And Lockie Ash. He's been awesome all year. And Lockie Whitfield maybe is coming back. So plenty of Giants, I think, are going to get amongst it to finish off the week against the Bombers. So that could be, plenty of the orange tsunami happening on Sunday afternoon. So there you have it, guys. That is my round 19 preview. Hope I gave you a couple of ideas for some captains or quick look at the week ahead. And thank you very much for watching as always. Please tune in tonight. I'll be live for Geelong versus Saints, and live tomorrow and Saturday as well. But I won't see you Sunday. I'll be at the game. So until next week, guys, thank you again for watching. Please like and subscribe and follow me here. And use that code to check out some Game Day Squad as well if you got a second. Get some free packs and start collecting some cards today. It's a bit of fun. So till next time, guys, take it easy. See you in the next video.